Hello YouTubers, welcome back to Brain Bang TV, and this is the Roulette Bet Journal. As usual, we'll be doing some spins on Virgin Games Roulette over on the Virgin Games platform, and we'll be completing those spins, doing roundabout anywhere between 3 and 5 spins at the moment. As discussed in previous videos, I'll be making some changes. Hopefully that will be done by tomorrow. And what will happen essentially is the roulette challenge series will be shutting down for the meantime. It will be going on a little break. I'm sending that to the naughty corner. That's because it's not been going really great, to be honest. I've had some mixed results so far. And as a result of that, I've decided to implement these changes that I've come up with. But being more realistic to myself and my wallet at the same time, I've come to the conclusion that it's probably better for me to not jump the gun though initially onto the multi-platforms, because I did think it was going to work because of the great start I had with the initial one. And don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean it's not work. It's not going to work. I could potentially go on a 6-month winning streak. But what are the chances of that? Not very, very slim. So that's the whole point of why it's probably not a good idea for me to jump straight into the multi-platform diversification method using that adjustments on the strategy. So instead, what I've decided to do, and the changes I'm going to be making from tomorrow, hopefully, or the day after, I'm not too sure on that just yet. But the changes I'll be making is I'll be removing a lot of the funds in there. Now, I did say I was going to be buying some stocks with this, but instead what I've done is I've put that into my Forex private account. I do trade a proprietary account as well, but I've instead put the funds that are left in all the other platforms, although they're not completely out yet, but I've the equivalent amount of that funds has been put into my FX broker platform to use to trade on my own personal FX account, which I will be sharing some videos on how I'm doing and my progress and whatnot, reviews and such like. But the reason I haven't bought stocks with it is because on a stock account you actually need a minimum of £250. And after doing some minimalistic calculations on the roulette challenge, the money left in there after the month run that we've had is not £250. So I will not be doing the funds into my ISA account to buy shares with. That will come at a later date. I do still collect a number of shares that I've been looking at over for a while now, and those will come into play at some point when I can find the time to do so in an orderly fashion that makes sense, as well as um, and whatnot. But yeah, basically what I'm gonna do on this video is just to run through the spins as usual, and we'll continue with the rest of this platform with the variable spin count of 5 to 15 from the day the change is implemented and the roulette challenge video comes to an end. But until then, we are still stuck with this, and we'll be doing what we're doing for now. So yeah, we've got a balance of 1960 on the platform. Virgin Games Roulette, that's got 7 players on the platform. Let's see how we get on today. We're trying to do 5 spins, ideally, um, but you don't know how well we're gonna get on. What is gonna be the results? I don't know. Hopefully we have a smooth run today, or a smoother run than we've had in the previous week or so. Um, I've seen quite a few losses in the last week. I almost felt like I was getting somewhere really, really good a few weeks ago, but then that took a drastic turn with the turns that I gave back on the AAA platform. That really did sting a little, as that was going to be my flagship. That was my flagship platform that almost did not have any loss right from the very beginning. I got a distance. I had a profit buffer of 100 and roughly about 160 quid, because I think I had £210 in there with a £50 deposit. So it was going quite well till that point. And then the last week, I kind of just shat back all that profits and just gave it, like, literally, they took it all away. What are the chances of that? All and it's almost in a progressive fashion as well. It happened pretty much in a 5 day roll loss, almost, with maybe a day here or there missing. Oh man, it was painful. But anyways, we're not going to dwell in the past. We're moving on from that. And what we're going to do is hopefully with the variable count that will give us a bit of a buffer and a bit of a way to maneuver around those losses a bit easier without feeling like we're digging ourselves a massive, massive hole, right? So that's what we'll be doing. That's what we'll be doing. So yeah, we'll see how that goes over an extended period again. Oh, I did forget to mention. Actually, I'll try and mention that just before the video ends. Let's see where we get on with this. We're on our third. This was our third spin. We got 36 as a spin count, as a number, sorry. And we're just gonna go for the last two here. Hopefully we can get it done. If this was a few weeks ago, the 3 spins would have been enough. But unfortunately, we're trying to move away from that and get into the scheme of running a lot more than 3 spins. Don't get me wrong, I've done this before, more than 3 spins, not for an extended period of time. I did find I had a little bit more losses, but I did it in a disorganized manner the last time I approached this with multiple spin counts like that. So I really don't know how it's gonna go. I really don't know how it's gonna go.
You can prepare your knee, but
That's something we're gonna have to wait and find out when those results come out, really, I suppose. This is the fifth spin. Yeah. So we're on our fifth spin now. Hopefully we don't have any issues. That will be great. I thought that was that was this? I was about to go for 3 and 13. Is this a 3? Yes. Wow, that would have actually lost me if I went for the 3 and 13. I was literally about to pick a 3 and 13 before I went for that, and I saw the 3 and 13 and thought, I don't know, that just didn't look good today. 2060 is our balance. That would get us the pound that we were looking for, 2060. Gives me that pound. And although we're just crawling back and forth at the moment, and that, to me, I'll be honest with you, I put it down to the fact that we've had a static free spin count for a long extended period. What that means is I could work hard for days on end only to get here to then get pulled all the way back. But if I had more than 3 spins in a day, then I wouldn't have had to work days of spins, of winning spins to lose. So I would have probably had a good few less days due to the increased spin count. So that's the idea, guys. And hopefully maybe we can stay ahead of the game that way. But we'll see with the results, and we can see whether or not it is possible to make money off it. Personally, I mean, the reason I started this channel was to show, or to start the series with Roulette, was to show people that you could even make that with regards to the virtual roulette, right? I wanted to prove to people that it isn't easy making money on roulette, especially the virtual ones, because of the algorithms behind the construction of the games, right? Now I moved away from that and then got into the virtual dealers series, which was then to show that the virtual board, sorry, the live dealer series, that was then to show that the virtual boards really don't work, and the live dealer series was meant to then push on, which it did show. It showed that it has a lot more realism to it than the virtual boards, because there's a live dealer attached to this. They have to physically spin that ball. The idea of physics come into play here rather than the idea of maths and algorithms and a computer binary, right? So that's the whole thing there. So, and then I went done that, and it worked pretty well. And I thought, you know what, I'll start a different series where I could apply the concept of diversification and see if that would help me generate more profits in the long run. And that epically failed so far. I won't know how much epically yet until I do the analysis video. Hopefully I'll be getting that out in a day or so. I'm not sure when, but we'll be releasing an analysis video on a breakdown of the results from the roulette challenge so far before, and that would hopefully smooth out the closure of that series for now until I potentially restart that if the changes applied to Virgin Games Roulette on the Roulette Bet Journal that you're watching with me right now has a major effect on the results that I'm getting so far, or a significant enough effect on the results. Then I will move on to applying diversification again to the system and testing it out for a second time running. But yeah, thank you for joining me today. I really do appreciate the time you've showed me, and thank you for subscribing to my channel and getting involved with the content so far. Do share, subscribe, comment if you have any opinions or suggestions regarding the videos or any of the topics that I've discussed thus far. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and good night, guys.